This week on episode 150 of the Convincing Idiots podcast, we talk about the UFO hearing recently. More and more evidence of aliens, perhaps living among us. We don't really know. Listen to find out. We talk about the phenomenon of Barbenheimer over the weekend. Is this a sign that the public is ready for a different type of movies to get back in the theater? We talk all about that in our main segment this evening, Idiot Palooza, 5 bands, living or dead. We pick them, you come see them, listen, hang with us, and here we go.
All right, test.
You
Call it again?
Convincing Idiots.
Called it ham gravy.
I informed them that I sided with the stat man, not just anyone's opinion, the stat man Brian Fisher.
These kids today.
Jingle All the Way is in fact the best Christmas movie of all time.
I need to get Grandma a present, and my herpes is flaring up. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yo. I'm the millennial
We're
Santa.
3 friends representing 3 different generations. That's our whole shtick. That's our thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nick got the whole poop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm standing in the sea
Awesome.
breeze, holding a turd, just mightily. I'm just going hitting hats.
Anyway, on a lighter note,
4
And
3.
welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the vodcast. Welcome to the broadcast. Boys and girls, welcome to the show. This is Convincing Idiots. My name's Dean, the Zennial.
I'm Brian, Gen X.
And I am Nick, and I'm a millennial. And this is Convincing Idiots episode 150. And if this is your first time joining us, you have some catching up to do,
Mhm.
like a lot, like 149 other episodes to listen to. But we welcome you all the same. We are Convincing Idiots. We are a 150 episode deep podcast that we get together weekly and discuss nerd and pop culture issues of the day and other things that we find entertaining in the hopes that perhaps you will as well. So if you've not already done so, feel free to find us on all of your social media platforms. There are so many of them, and we are on the vast majority of them. Rather than list them all off to you, I would like to invite you to go Google our link tree. Just Google Convincing Idiots Linktree, LINKTREE, and there you will find links to each and every social media platform in which we are on, as well as where you can listen to our lovely voices each and every week. There's also a link to our merch store on there as well, so you feel free to help support the show if you feel it is just to do so. You can also find all that information and even a little bit more on our website. That's convincingidiots.wordpress.com. And if neither of those work for you and you're looking for something a little outside the box of just finding us on the internet, well, we have another option for you. All you have to do is go on your smartphone, your smart device, your smart television perhaps, and search for Boss Code Media. Boss Code Media is a bunch of original content creators, a lot of cool content on there. We're on there. It came from Gen X is on there as well, so be sure to check us out on there and check out Boss Code Media. Boss Code TV is available for all of your smart devices. We, like I said, are here for episode 150. It's, it's not 200, but and it's not, the 100. We're somewhere in the middle. Okay, exactly in the middle, you might say. 150. Here we are. The Gen Xer, the Zennial, and the Millennial have stuck it out for 150 episodes. Gentlemen, how are you? How's life treating you? Let's start with Brian. How are you?
Doing well, brother. Yeah, 150 episodes in, so yeah, we're pushing 3 years. It's going to be 3 years in October. We're shooting this in July, so I know we'll recognize that 3-year mark a little bit later. So yeah, quite the journey, a lot of fun. glad to be doing this with you guys. And yeah, so life is good. Nice weekend last weekend with Allie, and of course, we all got together for our maybe first annual Life Day
I like that. I like
celebration.
the sound of
So
that.
if you know Star Wars, that's Dean more talking about that was his idea. So we had a lot of fun watching the Star Wars Holiday Special and the another movie. Well, I can't remember what else we
Well, the
watched.
two more, the important ones was the holiday special and the Santa Year Without a Santa. That's it.
Year Without a Santa Claus. With the Heat Miser and all that stuff. Yeah, the movie I just don't remember. I was
Probably
not
not
really interested. So,
the other one was the year that Jamie almost didn't believe in Santa anymore because Arnold Schwarzenegger was almost not there to save the day, but alas, he did. It was Jingle All the Way.
That's right.
What an incredible journey that movie takes us on each and every time.
A lot of fun, great time.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so a very enjoyable evening. So that's it. Planning a getaway next weekend, guys. So next weekend is the first week of August. So as you know, Allie and I will be getting away for a few days. So I will not be available next week. We're going to have a lot of fun and just a little hiking and eating and drinking and other things and hanging out and be a nice relaxing time together. So that's it.
Awesome.
That's what's going on with me, man. So
I'm delightful.
Dean, how are you, sir?
We had some microphone issues before this started. If we're being honest, yeah. So I'm a little frustrated by that. Other than that, eat shit. That's where it is. It's gonna be.
Where's your microphone?
It's gonna be up your ass. And I'm only going to pull it.
That would make it harder to hear you.
That's the
Unless
plan.
you speak through my mouth.
Between the microphone and my dick, we're gonna turn you like a pig on a spit.
Nice.
Yeah. Other than that, like you said. Well, you're gonna
Must be a long
real
microphone.
close.
Real
close.
Anyway, go on.
Yeah, the Life Day in July, like you said, it will be hopefully an annual event. Yes, that's got to be the main event.
Are we gonna have to watch that every year?
It's Life Day in July.
Can we just call it a Life Day celebration?
We can work on some of the logistics of it, but it's got to be there somehow, some way.
Maybe like one year we watch half of it, and then the next year we watch the other half.
Well, no,
that's a fine idea.
Thinking,
it's a lot.
You throw that on first, and everybody's kind of bullshitting, drinking and stuff.
Yeah,
and then we can pay attention to more important movies. Yeah,
that's a good idea.
I see. So it's the opener going for it. Okay, I would say if you make that the main event every year, especially the people that were there, you're going to see the numbers drastically dwindle. Like you showed it again.
I did want to bring up one other thing. I went to Lowe's the other day, and I don't know if you've been to Lowe's, like the.
Dean, that's a hardware store. What the hell were you doing in there?
Right. So, and if you've ever been to the kitchen section, it's like going into the fucking future. I will tell you this.
Yes.
There is a refrigerator.
Yeah.
And the front door panel is glass, and you knock on it twice, and it like turns clear. Yeah.
You see what's inside. Yeah. So you don't have to open the fridge to see what's in there and take pictures you want. Yeah.
I felt like I was in.
They have ones too with the cameras inside. You can see it from your phone when you're at the grocery store. You can look and see what's in your fridge. You can get an app for your fridge and look what's inside to know what
the future looks like.
Yeah.
So I was.
Yeah. So you could see how much beer.
Well, and, I put the condiments in the back. I put all my beer up on the front. That way I can just visit it. I think it'd be nice.
Yeah, I like that. So instead of visiting
visit your beer
on a video app, you could just
I don't want to
check in with your beer in the fridge. Yeah,
that's right.
Got a case of PBR and some mustard packets.
All right, perfect. Exactly what I thought I had in there.
As much as those goddamn fridges cost, that's all you're going to afford to put in the fridge. His
Right,
PBR
that's
and mustard packets.
That
Yeah.
Yep, and the leftover Stouffer's French bed
That's right.
pizzas that you guys bought
That's
for
right.
the family vacation in there.
So yeah, I
Mhm.
visited the future. I hung out with you nitwits. So life's okay. Other than this fucking microphone, life's
Yeah.
okay.
Nice.
Nicholas,
Mhm. Yep.
make us feel better. Come on, you had you finally you're showing off the
Oh, I'm
gun.
about to make you feel sorry. I had a great weekend. I got to watch Jingle All the Way. Outside on a projection
Yes.
screen, and like the way it was meant to be seen,
Yeah.
just beautifully with some of the best people. Lynn and Mike were there. Allie, Megan, a friend John. It was just a good time.
Yeah.
It's a good
That's
time.
good. It's a good group.
Brian, thank you very much for hosting that evening. It was very fun, and Dean for a wonderful idea
Yes.
and buying the Star Wars holiday
At
special
least
on
something
bootleg
I
Blu-ray.
buy can fucking work.
But it was really cool.
It's about
That's
fucking time.
true. It did. Yeah, no complaints there.
Mhm.
The sound quality was amazing.
Can you hear
The
this?
sound quality
Let
on
me turn it
that
up.
Blu-ray was great.
Yeah,
but
my
yes,
pleasure. My pleasure. Great time. Go ahead.
It was a very, very fun evening on Saturday. So thank you guys very much for that.
Absolutely.
So yeah, you guys know what I did Saturday, and now everybody does as well. We've all talked about it. Good times. I appreciate you humoring me and showing Jingle All the Way as well. Very much enjoyed that. That was pretty much the weekend for the most part. Sunday just had a Lane or a dad and Ollie day. So Lane and Robin and my mom went to a musical, and Ollie and I got to hang out and have lunch, go to a park and stuff. So it was a good time. Yeah, it was a good weekend. Last night I would like to shout. I went to my first ever drag bingo, and there's the pregame tavern located in
You've been to one of
Barbenheimer.
those before.
They have special
You've been to
events
one of those
every.
before,
I don't know if they
haven't
do it every week or every other week.
Isn't that? No, you yell bingo
Drag
every time
bingo?
I drag my nuts across your face.
Robin's been. Well, yeah. That's very good. That's very good. Nicely done. And he's back. No, but it was a really cool time. A lot of fun. The two drag queens that hosted the evening are like fucking incredible. Like it was just hilarious. I don't know if you guys ever watched like Drag Race or whatever. Just they're so just fucking charismatic, and just the banter back and forth between them. It was a lot of fun. It was really, really cool. First time ever being at the pregame tavern. Nice place. Liked it a lot. Very cool. The owner's real nice and everything. So it was a very enjoyable evening, and definitely plan to go back there again. So very, very cool. Drag show, bingo, was all good. A lot of fun. So
great.
But yeah, that's about it.
I could bring a real
that
quick
brings me up to here today with you guys.
We were
So
talking
ready to
about
rock.
our children. Mine ended up coming home from the summer camp early because he had got a nosebleed because they were playing soccer, and he fell down as the kid's knee was coming up, and then the kid everywhere.
Oh.
And so they call us. We're like, okay, we're going to go get him. So from the time that they made the phone call and to the time my ex-wife went to get him, they had started playing again, and somebody hit a wiffle ball, hit him directly in the nose again, and blood everywhere again. He gets to the house later that day, and he looks like Rocky Balboa. It's not crooked. It wasn't broken, but it was so swollen. It was just the bridge of his nose was just across his face. Yeah. And then the next day, I'm playing soccer again, which I really don't think this is his game. Kid kicks in the back of the... No.
It's not.
I said, can't you get the other
been
kid
off to a
water
great
or
start
something?
so far.
But he gets kicked in the back of the leg, so he's limping around now with a busted nose. Is limping because his kid kicked the back of his fucking calf. Yeah, it was a rough time for him.
How long till you get a call from like where he goes during the day, and they're like,
No,
can we speak
happening
to the
there.
parents? Like, what's wrong with Carter? Why is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I send
where.
him to this
Okay,
place,
well,
and he comes back a beaten and broken child. It's kind of like when Nick gets off this podcast.
Yeah, beaten and broken child. Just
That was
defeated.
kind of,
Yeah.
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 I can picture Carter like Carter's kind of like Adrian.
Adrian? Adrian?
Adrian. 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 Pardon me, Adrian. Excuse me, Adrian. It's very polite, soft-spoken child. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I didn't. I'm like, how long is he going to
I really felt that emotion in your voice when you were saying it. It was raw. Yeah, it was really extreme. Until you laugh harder, Adrian.
So,
Adrian.
yeah, I just wanted to bring that up to something that else has happened. So, I got a broken mic and a broken kid. Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Well, shit.
Anyways.
All right.
Broken spirit going for the triple,
years.
the triple crown there.
Yes. Well, let's try to uplift some spirits, guys. Let's get. Why don't you get into some idiot reviews? A little bit. How about that? Did you see anything maybe that uplifted you beyond, of course, the Star Wars Holiday Christmas Special? Nick, go ahead, sir.
I saw something beyond the Star Wars Holiday Christmas Special that uplifted me. It was called Jingle All the Way, 1996. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad come across paths during the pursuit of the hot toy for the year, and comedy ensues. Fun for the whole family.
Yes. Yep.
Yes. So I did see that. That was a lot of fun. I didn't really watch much, I don't think, this week. Not too much that I could think of. However, Sunday evening, I watched on HBO Max. It's been something that's been on my queue for a while. David Byrne's American Utopia. It's a recording of his Broadway show. So David Byrne, if you guys are familiar, for the Talking Heads.
Yeah.
David Byrne.
Sure.
Okay. So he has a Broadway show that he does with his band of performers or whatever, and really good, but weird.
That
like
describes
very
the Talking
weird,
Heads
very
anyways,
interesting.
right?
Which I guess if you're familiar with David Byrne, right, it's certainly on brand. So if you're a fan of his or a fan of the band, you know what to expect. I was recommended this because I had it on my queue. I was recommended by some friends too. They were like, "Oh yeah, you got to watch it." And I was like, "Is it a Jazz Cabbage thing? Is it?" And they were like, "Oh, absolutely." Like, yeah, that's. So I started watching it a couple nights prior. The problem with that is if I start something too late and then I only got a few songs in and then
He's a sleepy boy.
But watching it stone cold sober, man, was really
Why did you watch
good.
it, sober?
I liked it a lot. Huh? Because I wasn't. I wasn't.
I think if anything would call for Jazz Cabbage. Sounds like this fucking video.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. I started watching it like that, but I fell asleep, and then it started. But anyway, it was really entertaining. I really liked it a lot. Definitely, like I said, it's probably not everybody's cup of tea. It's certainly an acquired taste, but I thought it was really good. I kind of walked away from it in a good mood and stuff, and singing a lot of songs. A lot of it, there are certain Talking Heads songs in it, but a lot of it is like I believe from his solo stuff. But yeah, David Byrne's American Utopia. I enjoyed it very much. It's on HBO Max.
I'm going to go because I need to make an observation. Brian,
that's really all I think.
Are you trying to seduce us? I mean, did you, back in old Hollywood, for the foggy look, they would put Vaseline.
Yeah, I know. It's like
on the lens to get that sexy feeling.
There you go.
And I'm just assuming before this call you had Vaseline already.
Yeah,
it was a little,
and this is what happened.
That's what it looked like,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, he is dreaming.
Like in a dream sequence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I pull out the dry ice on the.
All right, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Brian, I would like to point out, I love your shirt. Like I think
it's a Life Day in July Christmas gift, holiday gift. Thank you. It's a retro Spider-Man shirt. Yeah, it's similar to one I had about 13 years ago.
Well, you two go ahead and compliment each
like
other.
That.
No, I'm just going to
very
read
cool,
this
very nice
book. This book.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I,
look at
I
that!
also
Wow.
got
A
like
fresh
the
new,
July
fresh
gift,
brand new book.
Jerry
It looks like.
Seinfeld's book, Sign Language, by Millennial Santa. It was very nice of him.
Well, look at that.
Mm.
Well, look
Along
at
with a
that.
bunch of
Very nice.
old school WWF
lovely.
wrestling magazines. I mean, come on. Oh no.
Mhm.
World Wrestling
World
Federation
Wildlife Foundation?
with Hulk Hogan.
Well, those.
They
All
sure
right.
do.
Well, Dean, those look like pythons to me.
Mhm.
I think it's the World Wildlife Foundation.
Come on, man. That's just madness.
That is bad. Yeah.
There you go.
So
Excellent.
yeah, I got a couple
Dean, if you
things.
see anything else you wish
If
to
you guys are
recommend
watching,
or review,
I don't know
sir.
if you listen, Nick. I know you listen to Smartlist podcast. It's yeah.
Mhm.
They have
I'm behind, but
they
yes, I
went and did a live tour back in 2020, I believe, in the winter of 2020 or 21, whatever. But they filmed it all in like a documentary type setting of like behind the scenes and them on the road and on the planes and and just them hanging out and stuff. And it's on HBO Max or Max. I'm sorry, not HBO Max now. It's just Max.
HBO Max.
But it's really funny. If you're a fan of that podcast, it's a really fun documentary series to watch. It's like 7-8 parts, something like that. But I highly recommend it. I like the dynamic of those guys. I mean,
Yeah.
they're like us, where they get together and they just make fun of each other and stuff. It's like us, but less charismatic.
But
Guys
talented
gone
people.
that
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You're going that route.
I recommend that. And then also, I watched the finale of Secret Invasion. Whew.
Mhm.
I don't agree with the criticism that it has gotten. I know we're going to touch a little bit of this in our question of the week, but I don't agree with the harsh criticism that this series has got. I enjoyed it for what it was. I think it was a little too short. Like that seems really like it should be more than 6 episodes. I think they could have told a little more different story. Some of the things were a little silly. Now we have nobody's watching the series or listening to this anyway, so spoilers. I don't. You now have a girl with like all these superhero powers. Have you seen it, Brian?
Well, those were
Okay.
those were in the comics. So that was what a Super Scroll
there's now
was
only
in the
one.
comics. That they did possess the ability to mimic
This girl mimics
several
all of them.
superhero powers.
The serum, the DNA
Well, they got
serum or whatever.
They got the
But yeah,
whatever
I could have done without
yeah.
that. And the ending
Mhm.
was weird. Like I don't know where. I mean, I understand that you have to have Nick Fury back up on that space station because the Marvels is coming out, and that's already from the trailer. He's already up there, so I get that you have to like stay in continuity, but like it just didn't make a lot of sense, like how kind of abrupt it ended. So, but I did enjoy it. It just there was some things that kind of were missed for me. I think out of like 10, I would give it I got a 5, maybe 6. It was a little above average.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's everything I've
Okay.
seen.
Well, I think you saw
I've
a movie.
Oh shit! Well, also no, you're right. I was going to save that for the same kind of question that we were talking about. I did go and see Oppenheimer. If you want me to give the review now, it was fantastic. It was what an old school movie should be. It is good to see. I love superhero movies. My review is kind of based on what we're going to talk about, but I love superhero movies. I love Star Wars. I love all the sci-fi stuff and horror movies. But it's good good to see just a strong adult movie, and it's good to see that everybody else did too. I mean, I don't know if you call Barbie an adult movie, but the weekend was filled with just good old-fashioned original movies, right? So it was good to see that. And does that take, again? I don't want to get too far into it because I know we're going to talk about it. But it was fantastic. Cillian Murphy, the lead, was he nominated for this? If not, he has to be. Okay.
Well, they haven't got that far yet. I mean, a lot of people speculate it'll definitely be up for.
And if the
awards,
only
for sure.
argument I've heard online against the movie is that in one scene when people were cheering and waving the American flag, it had too many stars on it for the time period. If that's the worst thing they can say about the movie, fuck, I'm okay with that. It was not only well directed, acted, but the cinematography was amazing. The visual of it, like the director it's just phenomenal. Like his visualization of the scenes and like the actual the bomb going off. That scene towards the end with the bomb, when they test the first bomb. I mean, I don't know if you have to say spoiler alert because like it's fucking history. Are you serious?
Is that what it's about?
Oh, okay.
No, I know what it's. I mean, I don't know exactly what it's about, but I
Oppenheimer
got the
was
vibe from like
the father of the atomic bomb. Like, he led the project, and this is about him being hired for that and a little bit of his life and stuff.
Okay.
But the way the scene is done,
what I
first of all, audio-wise, is you have to see it in theaters for just that scene alone. Is amazing. Like the way they do it. And again, it's not just like boom, and it's just a loud bang. It's very artsy a little bit. It's very cool. I highly recommend this movie. It's long, but the good thing about it is it doesn't seem like it's 3 hours. It's like 3 hours and 5 minutes, but it goes by very quick. Was
he the director of that movie as well, or no? Or he had something to do behind the scenes with it, though,
Chris
right?
Nolan was the director.
You could, like, when you watch
Nolan? Okay.
Other Christopher Nolan movies, you watch this and go, okay, I get it. I mean, it makes sense of like visually of what he does. He could have like probably done something like that if he had a better Batman to work with, but you got what you have. So, yeah, I'm a big fan. I highly recommend it. Get out to the theater, see it in the theater. And that is what I've seen.
Yeah, the only strange thing, Nick, about this is they had Einstein talking like Bane, which was strange.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
You might blow up the world, everybody.
I was thinking of something to do, but I'm like, I don't know what the fuck Albert Einstein would have said. Like, what would you say in a Bane voice? I don't know.
Yeah. Blow up the world like Gotham. I don't know.
No.
Anything else?
Staring at Nick's guns.
Okay.
Come on, he doesn't normally have a.
All right.
He's normally rocking sleeves. This is a rarity for the show. That's true.
Well, it's a big episode. It's a big episode.
I actually initially put on a cutoff because I thought we were coming to your house, and I knew you didn't have air conditioning, and it's like 90 degrees this week, so I was like, I'm gonna need to dress as cool as humanly possible.
Yep. I had a fishnet tank top I was wearing. I changed back out of that.
Shit.
Yeah, well.
Damn it.
Yep.
I blame me too.
Yep.
I do.
Oh, we don't care. Let's move on.
I also watched the finale of Secret Invasion, Dean.
We already heard about that. It's a 5 out of 10. Whatever. We know.
No, I tend to agree with a lot of your feedback. Was it a 20 episode series? No, but was it 6? Like you say,
you could have gone 10.
It seems like they had to pack in a lot in 6 episodes. Another like 2 episodes. Yeah, 8 to 10. I agree with you. And it sort of gets the edge again with Samuel Jackson. It is an intriguing storyline. It is an interesting thought that there's scrolls living among. They could literally be anybody around you. And I like the fact that they explain that they kidnap people in high profile positions and had them under a spell or a trance thing or whatever it is, like a hibernation thing, and they just assimilated them. So You didn't have to necessarily
Well,
kill them. They could keep them in containment.
My
Again, it
one
could be
argument,
anybody,
if
which was
you guys
interesting. Go ahead.
remember, and if, yeah, my argument was,
They
oh,
did
you're going to
explain
take
that,
all
yeah.
these beloved characters and say, oh, they weren't themselves. They were green aliens all along. And that's kind of what started happening.
Yep.
But and then they ultimately did explain it. And again, spoiler alert: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, whatever. At the end, they do come back like their actual selves. But the fun thing about Rhodes, Brian, is when did he get taken out? Yeah.
Well, and they kind of set that up to where
he was the longest
it
one.
appeared on purpose that he might have been down there longer. Right. So they're purposely now making you think that was he a Skrull all the way back to Avengers time or Civil War?
But he doesn't know his
something.
friends died.
Yeah. So they really kept that.
That could be interesting.
Right. So they kind of kept that open. So I'm sure they'll explain that.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
That may come back around.
No,
I don't know when. Maybe in the Captain America movie or something?
Captain America.
Okay.
Yeah. What is it now? They
Captain
changed
America
the name,
movie.
didn't they? It was New World Order.
No,
they changed.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but
don't be racist.
It's Admiral America now.
Mm.
That's it.
Because it's a new black, and you demoted him.
No, but you're right. They'll probably explain it there.
No, that's what you just did.
Oh, is that what happened?
He's African American, and you gave him a demotion to Admiral.
Oh, sorry. Who would?
No, I guess no. Hold on, Admiral.
Who would have thought I would have been the one that got canceled out of the three of us first?
Yeah, fuck you, Dodd.
Yeah, fucker.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, dumbass. I didn't know, but
yeah.
Jeez.
Thanks for calling yourself out on that one.
You're
I
an
never
idiot.
got that.
I also watched. They cloned.
So I'm fucking here. We're all
They cloned Tyrone on Netflix.
What is?
This is a.
Oh, this is a movie.
I saw the trailer for this. They cloned Tyrone, the movie on Netflix. Jamie Foxx, John Boyega, Teyana Paris. Now, those names, if you don't recognize them, so John Boyega, you might remember as Finn in the Star Wars sequels.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay.
And Teyana Paris is one of the Marvels.
Yeah, she's going to be
the one that was also in WandaVision, where she got her powers. She's the African American Marvel. What's that?
Who's
Photon?
this Jamie Foxx?
A lot of people in this. Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah, I think it might have been one of the last things he did before his health scare. I'm guessing. I don't know. He is recovering, by the way. David Alan Greer's in this. It had a pretty big cast. I saw the trailer, and the trailer kind of looked like it was sort of a homage back to the Black Power type movies of the 70s. You know, people kind of dressed funky and stuff. I just thought, this would be kind of cool and retro and fun. And I'm not going to spoil it, but it definitely took a very interesting turn. You see on the trailer, it's called They Cloned Tyrone.
They Cloned Tyrone.
So you can clearly see that these people that they stumble across a secret lab, and it's a cloning lab. But you understand what's going on, and the premise is it's very, very interesting, very science fiction-y, Twilight Zone-ish, that type of thing. Maybe more of a Black Mirror-ish type of thing. It wasn't as funny as I thought it was. There's some funny parts for sure, but definitely has a lot of serious undertones and things. So, so it's about 2 hours long. Definitely worth a watch. It's a high rated streaming movie right now on Netflix. A lot of people are watching it right now, so that's why I stumbled across it. But yeah, pay attention if you're looking for a movie to sort of pay attention to, not just sort of have in the background and this and that. If you want to zero in on it and watch it, not a family movie per se. Just you have an adult date night or something, or you just want to have something above average to pay attention to. Go check this out. They Cloned Tyrone.
Do you want to have an adult date night with me? Come and watch
would you guys
Tyrone?
Would be a fine
yourself
idea.
Cloned? There's been multiple movies, like their Multiplicity. I don't know if you guys remember that Michael Keaton movie. Great movie. There was that.
I do. Yeah.
Something with myself, but with Paul Rudd, the Netflix show. So would you want to clone yourself and have one of you?
Well, Are you mean like so?
See, that's-
Maybe I'd
so,
send that one
Yeah.
to work. I'd send that version of me to
Is
work.
that what you mean? Like you
Yeah.
have multiple versions
No,
of yourself
you
living at the
get to
same
have a, you
time,
get to have
or
a
to
second
live on in
prime
the future?
living with you. Ooh, because like he has,
He can
in,
edit,
in this
Brian,
theory,
and you could
he
like
has
live
all
your life
memories.
Yeah,
again.
that's interesting.
He has your skills up into that moment,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then you guys start branching off.
He's
just
up
like
to speed.
multiplicity. Then you guys start branching off. Would you want to? Would you want a second, Brian? Would you want a second, Nick?
Is life more than
Why
this?
did you do
No.
this to me?
Yeah, the iPad
Don't
Cars.
ask questions.
by now. Yeah.
Okay.
No. The answer is no. I don't want to have another me around that I have to
Yeah.
fucking deal with. I have to deal with my own self.
exhausting,
enough, so,
trust me.
Yeah. Another.
But you wouldn't have to.
No, of course.
He would be like, he'd do his thing.
No, you'd have to deal with yourself because you would not know what your duplicate self is
Yeah,
doing.
what-
Is he out there
once he-
fucking up
he
your
has-
job,
he
your
has
relationship,
all of you
Hey.
up until that
family,
moment.
or
Then
something?
it starts. Different experiences make him deal with certain things, but he would have your personality.
Exactly. It's not.
Okay.
So it's not you.
Correct.
But it's not you up past that point. So it's like it's up to that point. But that doesn't mean that it's going to make the same
But he has
decisions
your personality.
that you might
It would
make
be
now
close.
based on your experiences necessary.
Sure.
Well,
Yeah. So he could go rogue. Like if,
Exactly.
in theory, if other me is exactly me up to this point, right? And he like thinks how I think and stuff. But
Right.
I only send this other me to like go to my job and do all the mundane shit I don't want to do and make sure you get the bills paid and like all the shit that I don't want to do. Eventually,
and where does he go?
he's gonna say, "Fuck this! It's not worth it." I don't know. He probably goes and lives in the woods or something and dies immediately because I would never survive out in the woods.
No.
Just wouldn't happen. No version of me is
I
gonna
would-
live out in the woods.
Get back
I
out
would
of the
fucking
garage.
love it. I would-
till the next day.
No. Fuck.
Yeah, why?
Me? Hell no. I can't. I can't. No.
What
no,
is it?
I'm
Why?
talking
Oh, you
about
mean
a fucking
another Nick?
Aaron Blake.
Ah,
Oh.
Because Blake Insurance.
Aha.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
What that man could do with insurance, and what he could do with you.
Can
He
you
could
imagine
save
all
you
the
double
insured?
the money.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
But as of
the
now,
free
Blake
quotes.
Insurance is an Erie insurance agency
Mhm.
located right here in Barberton, Ohio. They provide auto, home, renters, and business insurance with honesty, decency, and affordability. Erie Insurance is above all else in service. You want to call 234-571-5359 or visit BlakeInsuranceLLC.com for your free 5-minute quote today. If you didn't hear me, or your clone didn't hear me, I'll say it again. Your free 5-minute quote today. And tell them that the less cloned idiots sent you.
hmm
Very good.
Very good. All right, guys. So we're going to take a break here, and we're going to come back with pop culture headlines, and we're going to get into our Ask an Idiot question of the week. Dean kind of teased a little bit. We're talking about the
You fucking tease.
Barbenheimer craze in the theater this past weekend. So what does that mean in general, and what does it mean for the movie-going public?
Barbenheimer?
And
If
for
you two were a couple, would
That's right.
you two be Brick?
Barbenheimer.
Mhm.
I like it.
I like Brick.
Yeah.
It's better than Nine
Yeah.
or something like that. Yeah, Brick is better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brick is good.
Mhm.
Yeah, Brick's real good.
Yep.
I kind of just want to date you now just to make
Strong.
The
Brick stable.
foundation of life.
That's right. I like it.
The foundation.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Sure, shit, the foundation
Yeah,
of this
you're right.
podcast.
Fuck it.
All right, when I come back, well, after break, it may be us, and it may or may not be the clones of us, but somebody's going to come back after the break.
Go Brick, Working Mike Club.
What the
Four.
Welcome back to Convincing Idiots. I'm drinking a beer here, guys. Regular beer.
Regular beer.
You got daddy soda.
Yeah. Who else is drinking beer?
He has to drink it. I am drinking water out of a champagne glass because
Uh-huh.
this is episode 150
Yes.
And my child
Fancy.
Lane brought me some water in a glass. I'm pretty sure this is a dusty glass, actually, that we took out of the cabinet we were cleaning. There was a
Wait a minute.
box.
Is
and
that
it hasn't
Dusty
been
Rhodes
washed.
glass? You got it. You got the American Dreams glass over there, baby. American Dream Dusty Rhodes.
That's right.
Drinking water out of a champagne glass. Eating pork and beans with the queen, I tell you. I'm sorry. I've had hard times lately.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
Wrestling fans will understand that joke. Nick, was that actually the
That's cool. There's none of them here, so thanks for doing that.
none? No. The champagne glass, was that given to you by Lane from Lane Animation?
From Lane
On
Animations, it was on YouTube. That's correct. Yes,
Oh.
that's right. The Lane from Lane Animations on YouTube. That's correct.
I've been meaning to check that out. Everybody probably should join me in checking that out.
Absolutely.
Very good. Thank you. $10 well spent. Thank you.
That is right.
Very good. Yes.
And make sure you tell them who the fuck that did the ad for him.
Yeah. Give me that $10.
I have to pay
So
those mics somehow.
Dean and I is drinking beer, and Nick is drinking, I assume, tap water out of a glass.
Oh, sir, do you take me for one of the unwashed?
Oh,
I
sorry.
don't drink tap
I do.
water.
I do.
I'm not one of the poors. I drink water from a Brita pitcher. Okay.
Aha. Okay.
Only the
Very
finest.
good. Well, what if I told you that they are now testing beer made from recycled shower water? Would you be interested in trying recycled waste beer? Now, it's not
Only if
toilet water.
Only if they could promise me it's yours, Brian.
So
I need that water dripping off that beautiful silver fox beard
Bush.
right over my head with the bar of soap up there, scrubbing all this shit off.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it would depend on whose recycled shower water it is, I would suppose.
So there is a company, Epic Clean Tech, is partnered with Devil's Canyon Brewing Company in California. California, as you know, or may know, a lot of droughts going on out west. So finding creative ways to reuse water is becoming more and more important out there. So they basically, reading through this, they went into like an apartment building. It's in San Francisco or somewhere, and it's
Hold on, real quick. Nick, what do you think?
What?
I mean,
I
it's
thought you were still on
treated.
mute.
They're
I'm picking on because I thought he was still on mute.
Oh, I was like, what? What do you mean? I'm waiting to hear the rest of the story.
On mute over there.
No, I'm here.
Sorry,
no,
Brian.
but no, that's okay. So it's recycled. It's gray water, which basically means it's water
like from your beard.
Sure,
Yeah,
it could be. It could be. I'm going to start just like when I go to the gym and stuff, and just like they put it into a funnel and just let it go into my water bottle glass. I'll start saving it for you.
There you go.
Yeah.
and then you can dump it on me like flash dance. I'll be in a chair.
Yep.
Yeah, I like this.
I'll do that
I like
next time
this idea.
we're in person. We'll do that.
Perfect.
I think we've got our next main
I like
event
it.
for the next Life Day in July.
Yep. I like
First of all, no, I'm hearing 200th episode. That's
Dean
what I'm
and
hearing.
tights and leg warmers, and then just a bucket of my sweat.
Oh,
Yeah.
wear
I
something.
like it.
Okay.
Well, at least the leg warmers, please. Thank you.
So
Yeah. Okay.
you got me.
Yeah. So this company went into this like an apartment building in San Francisco. Like I said, it's gray water, which means it's shower and sink water and laundry water. It's not toilet
Purely.
water. Correct. Okay.
I mean, but you know what people do into the shower?
it is treated. So again, they're not
Waffle
just
stomp turds down the drain.
It's water we're going to re-drink. We're going to drink anyways at some point, right? So it goes through so much treatment. It's not like we get pure water out of the tap, right? So it's coming from somewhere. Yeah. Well, that's some people don't. But they're trying to find creative ways to recycle water. So this is not for mass distribution or anything like that. It's still a kind of a pilot project, and just trying to show that you can recycle water in creative ways.
Can you imagine that? You're drinking the beer. You go to your local brewery. You're like, wow, what is that? Is that tastes like babies? Like what? That's
Well,
wonderful.
let's see. So buildings in San
Nick,
Francisco
it's because
are.
people come in the shower.
Yeah, I
When
know.
they masturbate.
I get it. I get it.
Oh, okay.
I was familiar.
I didn't know. Are you? Tell me more.
I'm pretty familiar with the concept.
My legs get weak. My back hurts. Too old for this shit.
All right, so buildings in San Francisco, buildings erected after January 2022 are required to install on-site water reuse systems. This system at this particular building, 1550, that's a 40-foot story apartment building, is built to recycle 7,500 gallons per day, or 2.5 million gallons per year. So they're taking a part of that water and they brewed it into beer. So I know there's thoughts of like, so I know we kind of joked about it a little bit here, but what do you think? What do you think of the idea that companies are trying to find creative ways to recycle water in different ways? And would you try something like this, or does it completely disgust you and there's no way you would even try it? Dean, let me start with you.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Fuck you, Nick.
Wow.
Sorry, that's been built up for a long time.
Sorry, I didn't mean that to come out like that. That was a little harsh.
Usually talk to him like that off air. I'm sorry, it's very unprofessional.
And with my hand around his throat. Anyways, I think honestly, it's a cool gimmick. I trust in filtration systems. I mean, like you said, a lot of our tap water is filtered through rainwater and a little bit of sewage or whatever. But like, it's not all. It comes. You're not getting it already purified. You know what I mean? It's purified for a reason. Mm-hmm. So if you can purify it properly, I like that it's saving water, saving energy and all that. But also, as a business, what a cool fucking gimmick.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
I mean, that's going to get people at least looking at your brand, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a brewery.
Sure.
Cool gimmick. So I like it. Why not?
Nick?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, in order for it to get the stamp of approval, it has to pass, certain criteria. So it's it's perfectly healthy and safe, and it's a really inventive way to reuse water. It's very, environmentally friendly and economical, and I mean, it is, I think, a good idea. I mean, I don't think it. I mean, it's easy to sit there and go, "Oh, it's recycled shower water, and we're making beer with it," and it sounds very, unsanitary, I guess, when you put it in those terms. But like I said,
how many times have you heard guys on the street, girl walks by, fuck, I drink her bath water.
Right. So there you go. You don't know whose water it is. But in any event, it has to pass certain guidelines to be able to get the stamp of approval to be able to even get this far. So I don't have any problem with it. And like Dean said, it is, if nothing else, people are paying attention to your brand. They're paying attention to your company. So yeah, I don't see a problem with it.
Brian, what about you?
I mean, I think, if we don't really probably want to know what we're eating and drinking for the most part, because we probably would be disgusted in some way or another. There's always so much that can happen.
That's why I closed my eyes when I'm with Nick.
Sure. So there's no question we're eating and drinking stuff that we would be flipped out about, I'm sure, if we really understood it with who the fuck knows, right?
What is that, toilet paper?
Well, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm all for that too. Find creative ways to reuse water. It's going to become more and more critical to do so as the temperatures continue to rise. Each year is going to be hotter than the last. It's going to be harder and harder to find water out west. I think it's going to be more and more challenging for those folks living out there. So anything people could do, try it. Why not? Like you said,
here's
nothing
the thing.
else that creates awareness. We're talking about it here now, so it creates awareness and discussion. Go ahead. Sorry.
Here's the thing. At the end of the day, In my younger years, when I had my first apartment, I used to drink Natty Ice. I guarantee you, the reusable shower beer, water beer, tastes better than that. So it's probably better for you as well. So it can't be worse than some of the stuff we've already drank.
I don't know the exact specifics on it, Nick, but I believe that Natty Ice is made from like dog bath water.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Like
it still gets the job done.
Stations,
right?
Just pours into the tub, and they just put natty. You make it natty light right there. That's it.
Yeah. There it is.
Something like that. Yeah, makes sense. All right, so something that's people.
We must admit that was a joke, and we know that Natural Light or Natty Ice is not made from dog bath water.
Of course not.
It is a delicious beer that we've all consumed many, many gallons of it.
That's right. Yeah, don't forget your roots. Don't forget where you came from. All right, I may make jokes, but I always will have a very special place in my heart for Natural Light. Yeah,
Bush Light, Natty Light. Yes, absolutely. I've definitely recycled a lot of that.
Little bit of a tougher one to get down, but you only need a couple.
Beer is a little tougher to get down.
Yeah.
But if they used to, when they draw my blood for doctors back in my 20s, my blood type was Natty Light. So
there you go.
Yep, I like it. Well, something that people aren't really talking so much about right now is this past weekend, the U.S. government had a hearing about UFOs. Very interesting. So they had three retired military veterans, testified in Congress as highly anticipated. This is from NPR news article. Testified in Congress's highly anticipated hearing on UFOs. Actually, this was Wednesday, not this weekend. Excuse me, last Wednesday.
So it was on NPR?
Well, no, it was. This is just articles from NPR.
But
it was a congressional hearing.
Oh,
you could have watched it on C-SPAN. Like it was aired.
Yeah, it was there. Yeah,
I assume being on NPR, that was why Brian knew about it and nobody else was talking about it. Is because it was on.
yeah, maybe. So one was a former Air Force intelligence officer who claimed the U.S. government operated a secret, multi-decade reverse engineering program of recovered vessels. He also said the U.S. has recovered non-human biologics from alleged crash sites. Now, he said he's not saying that it was aliens necessarily, but he had it on good authority that, in so many words,
they weren't human.
They was not human, and so the hearing was more of like, we're not really saying that let's prepare for alien beings per se. What I gathered from the articles was it was more of an understanding from a national security perspective, because what they're saying is some of the stuff that they observed or people have observed, reporting that they've observed, was the technology is just far beyond what they've seen some of these vessels, fly. Somebody reported that they saw a ship that kind of hovered down, didn't see any type of engines or turbines or anything. Exactly. Next thing you know, they didn't see it again until 60 miles later, and the speed of that would have been supersonic speed. And he said, it's just there's nothing we could do about that. If it was something that was set to attack, that there would be nothing. We do not have the technology to keep up with that. So it was really more about that to understand it.
I wanted you to be God. You be God.
That's what. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I know we talked about this with a very interesting episode a couple episodes back with my friend Tim Lester, astrophysicist Tim. I know he wants to come back on and talk more about this.
Who did work for the government
in
this somewhat capacity.
A very entertaining episode for anyone who has not heard. Definitely go back and listen to that one.
Absolutely. So we'll talk more about the hearing and get into more of the details and all that type of stuff. But one of the stories right now is, again, it's just some people are talking about this, but on social media, there's not a whole lot being said, and that itself
Barbie
is a
came
story.
Out.
Well, but that's interesting though, right? So it's like
Barbie. Yes.
The consensus right now is that a lot of people on social media they acknowledge that this happened, so people are aware of it. But when you're thinking about that there could be real, UFO aircraft that the government has and or non-human remains or some type of biological sampling or something like that. It just to think if this would happen years ago, certainly when I was a child, it would have been like ridiculous, nuts, crazy that this is going on. Obviously, an Area 51 craze, years ago, people trying to get into that, the government's hiding stuff. Nowadays, it's just like, I'm aware of it. It's interesting, but it doesn't seem to be a lot of fear. So it's just there's a lot of amusing takes on this on the internet right now, on social media. So it's just kind of a strange time there. So is it, do you care? Or is it something to where are people just so worn down and jaded because of life and the normal struggles with economy and work and just trying to maintain some semblance of a happy life that this type of thing really just doesn't even faze you? Are there too many other distractions? So just real quick, any thoughts? Dean, go ahead. What do you think about us? Please.
Let me explain it real quick in this order. If Nick, Brian, if you guys were going to open a restaurant, say the Brick restaurant was going to open, and
your Cornerstone Tavern,
Tavern,
right. I like it.
So if that's going to happen, are you guys going to just opening day? This is it. Let's go. Come in, or would you do a soft opening?
I see.
Would you open a week earlier without telling anybody and just trickle, get things ready, feel things out?
They're still letting things out. The government is still letting things out to not flip everybody out.
And I'm not talking about this hearing. Since 1950, whatever, in Roswell, this has been a soft opening.
I see.
They have done propaganda through film, TV, books, all sorts of media. All the media has in the past 70 some years has been the soft opening. They have been preconditioning us for the grand opening.
Okay.
Because ultimately it's going to be inevitable. Because ultimately it won't be their decision.
Right.
When the big fucking thing comes down with fucking CNN's camera right on it, the government can no longer go, hold on, well, no. When the grand opening happens, they have no control. So the best they can do is a soft opening. And that's what we've been dealing with. My other opinion on it is that the government, in theory, right, in these whatever tinfoil hat theories, is that the government has known about this and has covered it up for 70 some years, correct? In these theories, okay?
Yep.
So
the crafts they have are from when? I mean,
Roswell, 1950 something.
Yeah.
And others. There's many other stories of crashed things. Fuck, Las Vegas, something landed. We covered it a couple weeks ago.
Right.
But if the government has known about it, fucking Eisenhower met with some aliens in these stories that are being told. If all of this is true, right? Why are these senators having a meeting and asking questions they should know the answers to? And in my theory on this is that this is appeasing the whistleblowers that are coming out and that are appeasing the tinfoil hat people. If we have these hearings, everybody will go, oh, we got a little bit, we're happy, and the story fades. So they really don't have to divulge everything they know. They can give a little bit. People go, oh, so they do know something. We know this. We know, they give their opinions, but they don't know everything, and they're not going to tell us everything. This is putting fucking water on the lips of a dehydrated man right now.
Okay.
Nick,
what do you think? That's good.
I was just going to say, in regards to the public lack of reaction or whatever, I think we kind of touched on it a couple weeks ago. I feel like the narrative has kind of changed over time, kind of alluding to what Dean said. But back in the day, you would talk about aliens, people thinking aliens exist and all this stuff, and it seemed kind of like this fucking crackpot thing. It was crazy, you know? And I think as time has gone on, and as we learn more about the universe, we learn more about things that could be out there and how ridiculous it actually kind of seems in theory to try to wrap your head around how vast and huge the universe is. The idea that we're the only life out there is kind of, that's silly in and of itself. So I think the narrative has kind of changed. So I think almost like the lack of like you said, when you were a little boy, if you had heard something like this come out, it would be like, holy shit, like people would be flipping out.
Yeah.
But the narrative around, other intelligent life in the galaxy, in the universe, whatever, was much different than it is now. Now I think we've come around and we've got so much information that it almost seems silly to not think that there's something. Yeah, we don't know exactly what it is. We don't know where it's from. We don't know what it's capable of, but it's got to be out there, right? So I think that's a big part of it. I do think there is a touch of, like life's just different. There's a lot of shit going on and there's a billion fucking things that you could focus on. So people's attentions are getting pulled in all these different directions. But yeah, I think that's kind of a lot of it is like, I remember being a little kid and if, somebody talked about aliens, it was, people would even kind of chuckle at them like it was silly. Like people didn't, it certainly wasn't a popular thing to believe in aliens because it made you seem crazy. Well, anymore, that's just kind of not the narrative around it, at least not that I see. But Brian, what do you think about all that?
No, I agree with a lot of you guys' points. There's some belief I have.
Tim's told you shit, hasn't he? You know stuff you can't tell us.
Oh no, that would be. He can only say so much, but
he says it with his eyes.
He also says "fuck me" with his eyes, but
says it with his body.
There's a lot of things the government knows that they cannot release to the public. That if they did, it'd be national security risk or just other risks for other reasons. So
people go crazy.
I gotta believe that there's certainly more knowledge for sure that we know about right now, and
1,000%.
Yeah, but there certainly is. It does seem like trying to normalize it a little bit more with more footage coming out. With now these hearings coming out, those are other public hearings. Like you said, you could watch it on cable and live. They're not really hiding that type of stuff. And also some of it too, I think it's still too unbelievable. I think still, even though you're hearing more and more closer evidence to, really pay attention. They're saying that there's non-human, biological remains or something here. Again, what does that mean? I don't know. I'm not saying it's aliens, but that's a pretty big statement there. Now, again, it's one guy saying this. Is it really true? I don't know. Certainly, no one is really confirming in the government that yes, definitively, this is what we have.
Brian, you've had people. You've been having that guy. I used to work for government, and he's been on this History Channel show or this low budget documentary. You had all these guys.
American Bigfoot.
Right. But this guy is in front of Congress, says something.
That's true. He's definitely got credentials, so I don't know.
But you got to think about it this way, guys, is that there's the experiment of if you give your dog a treat and then you ring the bell, ding. Every time you give him a treat, you ring a bell. You are conditioning him to now you ring the bell and he looks for the treat. Mm-hmm. That is what they've been doing to all of us. They've been ringing the bell forever. So it's no longer like a surprise thing.
Yeah.
We've been conditioned, like I said earlier, from movies and stuff. So of course all of us are going to go, oh, aliens? Thought so. And then move on with your life.
Right.
You could, like Brian said, you could have done that in the 70s. They would have lost their fucking mind. Now, granted, people will lose their fucking mind when it is in their face, because religion, first of all, it will just blow apart religion and have to look at a way different idea of what religion is.
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
But other than that, people we've all been groomed for this slow rollout.
I like this. Somebody had a viral video. We as a species have caused so much nonsense that the idea of extraterrestrials doesn't faze us.
Right.
And another woman said, are aliens going to fix inflation, cancel student debt, end worker exploitation, pay any of these bills, turn the temp down on the planet, and all around bring happiness to me and my friends' miserable lives? No? Then yeah, they can get TF. Yeah.
Right.
I think that's a very good sentiment. I think
You
for a
ain't
lot of
gonna
people.
bring you ain't gonna bring nothing crazier to the earth than Tiger King. All right, we've seen it all.
That's right.
We're not phased by this shit.
Yeah.
We were just run. Our country was just run by a fucking game show host. So whatever you got more than that, we're cool. We
It's
saved the
crazy,
fucking.
Yeah.
Even if they could help us, you said like turn down the temp. Like even if they could help us, like why the fuck would they? Like why? So you can just turn around and keep doing the same shit because you'll just assume somebody's going to come bail you out like always.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if it said about it in those hearings, Nick, but there have been many situations. I'm pretty sure he had talked about it in these hearings. That these beings, spacecraft, whatever, has stopped nuclear things. Like they've flown over nuclear power plants, shut it down. So it seems like that's one of their concerns is our and everybody's nuclear capability.
They're
so
saying like maybe the Oppenheimer movie is like what signaled them to come down.
Right?
Look
at that.
That actually,
it's all connected.
More on this topic, so I'm sure we'll hear more in general, and we're going to talk more about this on future episodes. We'll get Tim back on here, astrophysicist Tim, to talk more about this topic with us. I know it's a very fascinating subject for all of us.
Astrophysicist. Can we call him Tim AF? Yes, sure. I understand physicist starts with a P, but it's not as cool as AF.
Yeah. It's not as cool as being illiterate. Illiteracy's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
We're idiots. That's the name of the goddamn podcast.
This is why they're taking their time. That's why they're taking their time. It's like this is too fucking easy. This is like a long weekend to take over the earth. It's a long weekend. It's easy.
Tim AF. I'm sticking with it.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Astrophysicist. How do you spell that? ASTROFIZIST.
Zist is the cyst.
Yep. All right. Well, you mentioned Oppenheimer, another phenomenon beyond UFOs and alien life.
Phenomena. What's an F?
That's right. Phenomena. F. A.
Phenomena.
Phenomena.
Yeah. So Dean mentioned it earlier as well. So you saw Oppenheimer over the weekend. That hit a lot of people to the tune of 82 million box office opening. Barbie made about almost twice that amount. $162 million. It is one of the largest.
That's brand recognition, I feel like, too, though. That's a very, like we mentioned before, a very popular toy for many, many years, generations of kids, so sorry, I mean to cut you off. But.
Well, it's a rally.
It is a rally. So it's not just the Barbie toy, but it's, so we're getting into our ask an idiot question of the week here, guys. So, Barbie's drawn a lot of interest for many reasons. We talked about it last week even. It's not just about the toy, although I'm sure
I have a different take on it this week than I did last week.
Okay. And I wish we can get to it for sake of time, but I'm joking with you. No, but it's just...
You're going to have to not speak for this segment. That'd be great.
No, it's just one of the largest movie openings ever, and obviously it's no superheroes. There's no, as Dee mentioned, there's no superheroes. There's no Fast or Furious in either of the movie titles, right? There's no long franchise associated with any of these. It's not Mission Impossible 30. It's not the Indiana Jones reboot that I know D and I enjoyed it, but it didn't make a lot of money. So that's what some people are talking about now as well. So is it a sign that the general movie-going public will go to the movies? I'm not necessarily interested in Star Wars or superheroes and different things like that. I am interested in something interesting and compelling. And if you give me that and give me a reason as an average, fringe moviegoer, I will go to the movies. I will go and I'll pay and I'll sit and I'll enjoy the experience on the big screen for various reasons. Is this a sign the general public is getting just kind of tired of some of the big, franchise / superhero type movies? Or are there other factors? Or is there some combination of all of that here? So, Dina, you have some thoughts. So go ahead, please.
Actually, you do this quite often. You are good at presenting these subjects. Brian, I want you to go first.
Oh,
you never go first on these.
That's true. You don't. You go first.
I'd like you to start.
You do, you boo.
Yeah, and take your shirt
yours.
off too.
You get yours.
Well, I mean, these two movies here.
Mine.
If you step back and look at these movies, I mean, Barbie. I mean, it's creating discussion topics about ultra feminism, as we talked about last week. People are making this an event. They're men and women. It's not just a female thing. They're enjoying the fact of, we're going to go see this movie. We're going to have fun with it. We're going to maybe dress up. We're going to wear pink. We're going to wear dresses. We're going to wear wigs, whether I'm a man or woman, whatever. It doesn't matter. People are just going and making it like an experience. And I've heard the movie is actually quite good. So you're going to see something that's just not something to go make fun of, that the movie does trying to give you a real message in showing how difficult it could be to be a female in the real world. Barbie's kind of taken out of her literal dream world into the real world, and I guess realizing what I gather from the reading the plot and all that it's not easy, right? So it's an experience. People are talking about it. They did a very good job with social media buzz in their ad campaigns, for sure. And not unlike Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer is just really getting a lot of buzz because it's a good movie. It's a compelling story, as you mentioned earlier, Dean. Christopher Nolan certainly has a great reputation as a very good director with the Batman movies and a lot of things he's done. There's not a lot of stuff I could think of I would say was bad. And with the positive word of mouth and the buzz out there and social media, etc., people are, I'm going to go check these out for some reason in the theater. And clearly, it's making a lot. Is it going to hold up for weeks? Who knows? But certainly it's done well. And frankly, I think it will send a message to Hollywood that, you're already kind of seeing some of these big franchises, superheroes kind of fizzle here. Like Nick mentioned previously, you're getting into the fringe type superhero movies. It's the characters aren't as popular. DC's trying to get their footing again and find their way. It's a great time for Hollywood to make some sound good movies, and people, I think, will continue to come out to the theater. So there you go. Thank you. So Dean, what do you think? Are you going to Nick? Go ahead, Nick, please.
Yeah, Nick, you go.
I mean, yeah, like you had mentioned, we touched on it before. I think, with it seems like there's less original ideas anymore. It's hard.
Yeah.
So many things have been done, and so many franchises. I mean, like you said, the more you get into some of these fringe outside characters, I feel like some of the stuff is kind of getting watered down as a result from that. You know what I mean? I don't have time to miss anything. I remember when I was a kid, every time a new Batman movie would come out, everybody was just so stoked because it'd been years. You know what I mean? Like, you had to wait years in between Batman movies, and there really was no other type of content like that. That was basically it. So it gave you the chance
between the Christian Bale shit
to miss it and anticipate it and all that stuff. So I think that's part of it. But yeah, it's like these are just kind of, they're original things, or things that have never been done before, stories that haven't been told before on the big screen quite like this. So that's definitely an effect of it. And yeah, I mean, after so many years of having everything Star Wars or superhero related or something like that, so much stuff, the constant flow, I think people in general are probably ready for something a little different, I would imagine. I mean, it all depends on, who knows. This could also be the other group of people that have just, they're not necessarily interested in those properties like Star Wars, Marvel, things like that, those types of stories. I mean, like both of these movies, personally, I'm equally as generally disinterested in both of them. I'm not opposed to seeing either one. Like if anyone in my home wanted to see it, I'd certainly watch either movie, but I will never on my own accord seek out either one of these movies for myself. But that's not me, like some other people are, and that's fine. But maybe those are the people that aren't typically, into superhero movies. Maybe this is something a little more, I don't know, in their realm. But I mean, there's a lot of things that go into it. But I think at the heart of it is mostly the fact that these are stories that haven't already been done before, and originality is kind of something that's becoming more and more difficult to find as all these, stories are being told and retold. So, Dean.
Good.
Okay. A couple things. One, I work next to the movie theater in Barberton. And one of the reasons why, in my opinion, Barbie works so well is that you are watching grandfathers walking with their daughters and granddaughters and grandsons all in pink, proudly and having fun with it. It's an event.
Mm-hmm.
We as human beings love events, especially when it can bring the family together, and that's what this is doing. My Megan, my girlfriend, I had
my
work,
Megan.
my Megan. Last night I had to work. In an event last night. She was home alone, so she went and saw it by herself because she didn't think I would go see it. And she said she was very surprised on the complexity of the story. She says, I get that you could rate it PG-13, but there's not a lot of people that would, even 13-year-olds, that would get the concepts that they were working on. So it was a lot more complex than what she thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So as a movie-wise, she really enjoyed it. It works on many different levels. A lot of fun, funny. So in that, I get the Barbie thing now. And she explained to me the whole plot and everything. I didn't have her give the ending because, like, as she's explaining the plot, I'm going to myself, shit, if they would do that on TV and do that trailer and explain that thing, I would have gone seen it. Like, it seems like the plot itself seems very cool, like a really cool idea. So when it comes on streaming, I'll watch it. Oppenheimer is historic. It's kind of like why Lincoln worked. It's why all of these different historical movies has worked. It's always going to work. Does this all take away and give a sign that we're tired of superhero and fantasy movies? No, it's ebbs and flows, guys. In the 80s, the Breakfast Club type movies were up here, and then they'll drop down. In the 90s, you started getting the American Pie, so the teenage movies came back up. Everything ebbs and flows. Hollywood, because people grow up and older, just like for example, I talked about earlier, professional wrestling. Kids will enjoy it. When enjoy it, they grow up, so it goes down. Then those kids go up, or they get it, or it changes to their liking, right? It just, for some reason, whatever the reason, all of the entertainment ebbs and flows. So, are we clamoring for Marvel to stop or to change direction? I don't think so. I think that it's just part of the natural selection of entertainment. I think that it will come back. They're going to either find their footing again, or they'll find something else, or it'll drop down for a bit and then come back up. We're fine. Nerds, don't worry. Your culture's fine. So they've had a couple flops. It was bound to happen. You had a really good run of some kick-ass movies.
True.
You're bound to have a flop. And so they did. These characters, like you said, guys, that they're the sub-characters, sure. But you've also now given a way of like bringing back regular characters in a different form with the whole multiverse thing. And I've heard rumors that Star Wars is going to do the same with the multiverse. So, it is going to be fine. Don't panic. Take your hand off the fucking red button. We're all good. It is movies. Go and see Barbie. Go and see Oppenheimer. Go and see Star Wars. It's all just entertainment, and we're all here for it, right? That's why we're doing this fucking podcast.
Is that why?
Well, not entertainment. You've ever heard this. But seriously, it'll be fine. It's just ebb and flows. This is just a kind of a downtime, and it hits downtime, and these movies are peaking. It just seems like a big difference, right? Because this, new idea movies are peaking, and these known character-based movies are, kind of drop down. So it seems like, this is the moment where you go, oh shit, is this the end? It's not. It'll all work out. It'll go back.
Yeah,
we're fine.
Well, I think that's probably pretty valid. I mean, that's true in a lot of entertainment. Smart. It's not like, like some certain things don't ever have that dip, that the ebbs and flows. Like, I don't know, like electric bikes, right? Like that since it has burst onto the scene, electric bikes have been the pinnacle of innovation. There is no ebbs and flows here. They are at the top of the mountain, and there they will stay. I mean, everybody's tired of the old regular bike. Give me something new. And then when electric bikes came on, it completely turned the game on its head. And right at the forefront of that were our friends at RPM Bike Shop, located in Carrollton, Ohio. If you're not familiar with RPM Bike Shop by now, oh my God, you've been missing out. Don't believe me? Go to Facebook, type in that search bar, RPM Bike Shop. You can also go to their website. rpmbikeshop.com has all of the finest electric bike photography for you. You can see the pictures of their wonderful products. You can see where they're located and maybe take a trip out to Carrollton yourself. Or give their friendly associates a call, 330-808-7792, and ride your way to your electric future and to the top of the mountain, the pinnacle of innovation with RPM Bike Shop.
Wow. That's good. Some people have also called Carrollton, Ohio, the pinnacle of innovation of Ohio innovation, trying to say.
That makes sense.
Is that, that makes sense.
It's either Carrollton or maybe it's Tippecanoe, Ohio. It's one of the
Tyler
two. I can't remember. No, Tippecanoe, Ohio. Yeah. Very small town.
Yes.
Yeah. Very good. I'll add, by the way, quickly, Mattel is already trying to move forward with more movies. There's already in development a Polly Pocket movie.
Oh, okay. Oh, come on, give me Mighty Max. Give me fucking Mighty Max, please.
And what they're hoping to make, according to this article, they're hoping to make live-action movies, not in development yet, but hoping to make. Barbie may greenlight some of these projects then, who knows, because they're going to try to capture something that maybe they can't capture just because it's the name of the toy. I guess we're going to find out. Barbie has more things, like you said, that's bringing people to the theater besides just the fact it's based on a toy. It's not that simple. However, we may see live-action movies about Barney the Dinosaur, American Girls dolls, Hot Wheels, and, yet again, Masters of the Universe.
That's the one I want to see. Because I loved the one with Dolph Lundgren back in the day. I loved it. I'm sure it doesn't hold up now, but I loved it back in the day. I would love to see them redo and properly now. I think it'd be fun.
Might just see it. We'll see.
They have the TV show on Netflix, the new TV show.
Yeah, it's not.
I mean, it's
And Hot Wheels, isn't that? Didn't they already do that?
Isn't that
with
Cars and Toy Story together?
I thought it was
Is
called
that what
Fast
they
and
mean?
Furious.
No, there's a new TV series. There's a new TV series on NBC where they're taking real cars and
that looks
converting
awesome.
them into Hot Wheels looking vehicles.
You know how, like,
I just
by
seen the trailer.
you know-
It looks interesting. Go ahead.
Yeah, the Hot Wheels, it's like the Camaros are fine, but like the
Like over the
weird
top.
Hot Wheels, like the ice cream cone Hot Wheels, they're taking those and going, make that. And these custom guys that are like really good at those build those weird Hot Wheels that used to be back in the day.
It looks interesting.
Yeah.
NBC. Yeah. All right, guys. Good conversation. We're going to take a break and we're going to come back with another. Go ahead.
Are you about to gloss over the single biggest headline in pop culture within the last week?
We actually
seriously going to miss it?
Go ahead. I guess I was. What?
You guys, Creed's reuniting for a fucking cruise. The Summer of '99 cruise. First show in over a decade for Creed.
And look, he's doing it with arms wide open.
Yes.
Under the sunlight.
So stupid. Okay.
Excellent.
And an actual thing. Also, let's. I'm surprised Brian didn't do this. Rest in peace, Sinead O'Connor.
Oh, yes.
56 years old. I don't
Yes.
know how, what happened. I just saw the headline yesterday.
Tony Bennett as well has passed since we last recorded.
Yes.
Tony Bennett we lost as well.
Legendary.
Brian, you're slipping on your.
Luckily, Dean and I were here to save the fucking day.
Yeah. That's a scary fucking time.
Yeah.
We've now gone into the next realm, guys.
Yeah.
When we're saving the day here.
Are we in an alternate timeline?
Maybe. I don't like this one.
Maybe it's the clone me messing up or something like that.
Maybe.
The real Brian would never gloss over Creed's reuniting.
Deaths or Creed or exactly celebrity deaths.
No.
He loves the obituaries too.
Yeah,
he
does.
That.
That's right.
He's going to keep looking for himself in them.
Read obituaries. Yep. No, you're right though. Tony Bennett, I'll add real quick. Super legendary. Loved his voice. And later in life, he did a lot of concerts with Lady Gaga. You might remember, and then
Lady Gaga.
Over the last, I think it was the last year, he did his last concert, and it was like a bittersweet type story because she was so.
What was that sentence?
I was trying, but you were talking.
It was a bittersweet story. His last performance, because he was developing Alzheimer's and all that, he could not really remember. So Lady Gaga was performing with him on a few shows, and she was really helping him and guide him and all that. And they really developed kind of a kinship and a bond. And there were scenes of her on his last performance just really being so nice and kind with him. It made a lot of positive news.
Yeah. So they did an album together, the two of them.
Yeah. I don't care for her music. It's not bad at all. It's just not my deal. But the more like I see about like her like interviews public of like her actual personality shit, that woman's
she's awesome.
She's a good dude.
Class act,
dude.
Talented class act for sure. But Tony Bennett was great. By the way, if you want to smile, go watch some of the Alec Baldwin impersonations of Tony Bennett on Saturday Night Live. He did a recurring bit at the Tony Bennett show.
That's really great. It's really great.
One of them starred the actual Tony Bennett, made a cameo on the Tony Bennett show. Not as Tony Bennett, but it was that's super good. Yeah, everything was great. Yeah, it was great. And the promos he would do, so good. And then,
one of the best.
Sinead O'Connor, obviously, I mean, it was pretty popular in the 90s. A very super popular song, Nothing Compares to You, the Prince cover. And then certainly was infamous, probably one of the most infamous
Saturday
appearances. Yes, where she took the picture of the Pope.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. And she was quickly banned from SNL, and that was that. So
I think it was like his opinions on like, because she was like very Ireland, like like Ireland based, and like he had some opinions on like the northern. I know nothing about.
Well, she was Irish, right? Yeah,
right. But like Northern Ireland to other factions, like there's a whole political thing that I know nothing about. I know that
Okay.
she is like she was a staunch, supporter of like her thing for Ireland. That's the best way I know without looking it up right now. And the Pope had said or done something that offended her group that she was supporting. And that is why she tore it up. It wasn't just like, I'm a rebel. No, he had said something or done something that offended the whole group of like Irish people that, that sect of Irish people. Again,
Okay.
I apologize. I don't know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. I know the very
Irish politics correspondent Dean Harvey.
exactly right. So I'm just giving
New
you
segment.
No.
It just wasn't her being like just a rebel dickhead. There was it was a political statement.
Okay. That makes more sense. Thank you.
Yeah, and
Appreciate
it kind of more excuses her for that action because she was demonified by that action for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Because a lot of people just saw what she did and go, "What a dick." No, it was a political statement. She was making a statement like a lot of people make political statements, whether protest of any sort. That was her protest.
Okay. Very good. Well, it's not unlike, as I mentioned before every episode, I lift the hay wagon, do a few things, and I have several pictures of Dean. I have one on the mirror. That just before every episode, I go and I just crumple it up, just like Rocky.
Was that the one with me with the titty? Was that the one with me and the titty tassels that I sent you? Good.
Yep. I just grab it, just crumple it up, and I'm ready. Just ready.
Give it a good squeeze.
Yep.
And in real life,
That's right. All right. Well, we're ending on a somber music topic with losing a couple, well-known musicians, but we're going to come back with a more fun music.
You had to
topic.
end with it if you knew how to do your goddamn job.
That's
What's
right.
up, Rod? What? No,
That's
did you
right.
say something? I'm sorry.
That's The clone me is slipping.
Yes.
So hopefully the next clone will do better on our third segment.
That's right.
Idiot Palooza that Dean will explain when we return after the break.
Lost it. That's right.
Too much responsibility. You buckle on.
Come back in 5, 4, 3.
And welcome back to segment number 3 of Convincing Idiots. We're all very glad to see that you have found your way this evening to Idiot Palooza. That's right. Idiot Palooza is actually the brainchild of our Zenial Dean. So I will now turn the reins over to Zenial Dean. Dean, this was your idea. You may explain to us
All right.
what your Idiot Palooza is all about here. So tell us what it is.
Thank you, Uncle Nick. The idea here.
Let's make some noise for Zenial Dean. Let's make some noise.
all
Let's
right.
make some noise out here. Here we go.
No, that's not.
You got to get the crowd hyped.
I'm hoping we do that in post, right? So, no, the idea here is we each get a stage, and on your stage you pick 5 bands. This is Idiot Palooza. Each of us get a stage, and you pick your 5 bands. You can do with your stage what you want. Bring it from the opening act to the main act. You could have a whole country. You can mix it from rock to rap to country. However you want to do it. It's your stage on Idiot Palooza. But the only thing I ask is when you name your bands, give me a little explanation of, why you chose them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's start because I'm pretty sure Nick's chomping at the bit here. So, Nick.
That's me.
Let's
chomping at the bit.
hear stage 1 of Idiot Palooza.
All right. Well, being featured on the millennial stage at
Creed.
Idiot Palooza,
Right?
we tried to book Creed. Unfortunately, that overlapped with the Summer of '99 cruise. That they had to be on the cruise. They're out on the ship that week. So obviously, the opener is going to be Hillary Duff, and the reason for that is no. I'm just
I thought you were so serious.
no. So, and am I giving my whole? I'm giving my whole stage, right? This is my lineup. So, our opening act for the main stage. So, in my ideology, my main stage, we're going heavy hitters. Okay, we want the crowd moving. We want to get people going. So for my opening act, she is no stranger to Lollapalooza. She's had a few big performances there, as well as she's no stranger to this podcast this evening. She's already been mentioned. My opening act is Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga's got a catalog of a lot of hit songs. She's got slow songs. She's got dance songs, the fun party songs. She's got it all.
Sure.
So she's going to play a little mix. I like to think maybe we'd open up with a little acoustic. Actually, referencing Tony Bennett and stuff, maybe she sings one of the songs with that she performed with him. Maybe we see a hologram Tony Bennett even featured in the Lady Gaga set. I
this
like
could
that
be living
idea.
or dead, Dean, correct? You can bring people
living
back to
or
life.
dead. I apologize.
Yeah, right.
I should have said
Okay.
living or dead.
Okay. So that would be my opening act. So I got Lady Gaga here. She's going to get the crowd moving. We're setting the tone. Next up, another alum of Lollapalooza. This band has played Lollapalooza many times, and I like so on the millennial stage. I would also like to point out we have we're going to call it the era gonculator. It's a special thing to where you can take a band or an artist and from any era. So after Lady Gaga, we're going to take Lollapalooza veterans Pearl Jam. They are my favorite band.
Sure.
They've had many great performances, and as much as I love Pearl Jam and I love what they do today, I love their entire catalog. I want first 2 to 3 albums Pearl Jam. I want early to mid 90s Pearl Jam. I want
the booker.
Eddie Vedder hanging off the fucking lighting rig, going crazy, diving off of the amps into the crowd. I want
at this point, he might bring
that version. Right. So we, probably almost broke something last time, but So Pearl Jam would be a great addition, I think, next to kind of set the tone here. They're an amazing live band, so they would be fantastic. Following Pearl Jam, now we're going to hit a different era yet, okay? We're going to move into the future a little bit with the music, and we're going to go with a hip-hop artist. And again, my era gonculator, as we have coined on the millennial stage. This is going to be pre anti-Semitic Kanye West. Kanye West is incredible show. Seen him live. Incredible artist. Has made some of the. It sucks. He's made some of the greatest pieces of artistic music in my generation, and now we can't like him the same because he's kind of a bag of shit. But this could be the pre-crazy Palooza.
Kanye.
We're going pre-anti-Semite Kanye West. We're doing Life of Pablo and before. So Kanye West would be next. Warming up for the headliner. This is you're probably going to wonder when I say this band, how can you even go any bigger than them? But no one does showmanship, does stage presence, gives you a performance and a spectacle quite like you wanted the best, you got the best, the hottest band in the world, Kiss is next. They are setting the stage for the headliner.
Right.
Kiss is going to set off the pyro. We're going to blow fire. We're going to
Kiss.
Oh, original 4. Well, yes, original 4.
Sure.
I want because I need Peter I want Peter on the drums, although Eric Carr would be a fine option as well. We definitely need Ace in the band, and that's no discredit to any other guitarist who has tried to fill the space boots, but you need those Ace Frehley guitar solos, absolutely. The smoking guitar, the whole 9 yards. So, we're going original 4 Kiss. So, after that, how do you go bigger than Kiss? Well, in my time of
but Nick, you can't.
Oh well, I can, and I will tell you how. In my time of seeing, I would never had the pleasure of seeing this artist in person, but I have never seen anyone just stand in front of a stadium of people, still as a statue, and they all lose their fucking minds like they did for Michael Jackson, the King of Pop. Michael Jackson is the headliner.
Wow.
Michael Jackson is the... Who has more hits than Michael Jackson? Who has... I mean, you could play for 2 hours and everybody could sing to every song. So, again, this is before we knew stuff about Michael Jackson. Let's just put it that way. Maybe this is an alternate reality Michael Jackson where he probably didn't do horrible things. So, Michael Jackson is my headliner. Say what you will about the man, whatever he did or did not. do. Fact of the matter is, as an artist and a
He didn't
musician,
diddle kids into the microphone.
that's true. I mean, that was never part of the show, so that
Right.
certainly would not be part of Nick Palooza. But so Lady Gaga's warming up. We're gonna lead into '90s Pearl Jam. We're going to pre anti-Semitic Kanye West, original For
You
Kiss,
have
and then
some caveats to these artists.
Michael Jackson. Absolutely. That is my main stage. That is on the millennial stage at Idiot Palooza. So,
ladies and gentlemen, now coming to the stage, anti-Semitic Kanye West.
Oh my God, that's my favorite one. That's my fucking favorite one. It's everybody's favorite one.
We wanted the other one. Yeah. Very good.
All right. So, going through, should we go to next? Who wants?
That's up to you. You call it.
Well, Dean, you'll be you say yours last. So we'll go with Brian now. Brian, who's on the Gen X stage?
Okay.
Jared.
A lot of classic, no surprise. A lot of classic, like arena type rock, and other. So I have like ebbs and flows of the mood. So like Nick had here too. So
Okay.
I'm giving you for an opening act. We're gonna come out. We're gonna really get the crowd going. We're gonna create some instant energy with Queen, the great Freddie Mercury.
Ooh, fantastic.
That's gonna get the crowd
That's
going.
a hell of a start.
That
Yeah,
is.
plenty of
Freddie
sing-alongs.
Mercury is opening the show.
Right.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can't wait to see what's fucking closing. Come on.
You got high energy, you're going, you're really revved up, and we're going to come out
Having a
after
good
that.
time.
Yes. Then we're going to kind of even off and just go into a bit of a darker tone. We're going to give you hard rock. You're amped up. There's people of all kinds. People like all kinds of different music here, right? Obviously. We're going to go into Black Sabbath.
Oh,
The original Black Sabbath, Tony Iommi, Ozzy, young Ozzy, Geezer.
When he could tell you where he lived.
I don't even care about that. It's just you're going to get the young Ozzy and that whole feel of Black Sabbath and live darkness, the thunder, and people now it's like, man, now you're in you're not really sure how your emotions are at this point here, but you've heard some definitive super guitar work and all that.
Right.
We're gonna,
you're a fella who just came twice. How in the hell do you get the energy to go back for a third?
Yeah, and that's something. Yeah, you're going to kind of even things out a little bit. Now we need to raise the energy back up a little bit.
Jeez. All right.
I'm going to give you for the third act. How about the great Prince? We talked about Prince a little bit on the movie soundtrack.
That's kind of a good mellow in between, though.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's with guitar wise,
Yes.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, you still get some, some of the best guitar work you're ever going to hear from any human, certainly from Prince.
Right.
Stellar vocals again, whole different vibe and feel. And then I'm going to give you some classic. We're going to go to the Beatles after that.
Okay.
All right.
Take you back to some roots. Now your emotions are, I don't even know where to go. I'm not sure what to do. I've felt all kinds of different emotions when you got the Beatles now. In my headline act, Beatles aren't even a headline act. I'm going to give you the headline act, the great Led Zeppelin.
Oh, nice.
As the headline.
That's good.
All the different tones and feels of Led Zeppelin. And you think about the final song you're probably going to hear in that is, of course, the Stairway to Heaven, I'm sure. What a show.
That's a good show.
You have a lot of different types of music you're going to experience. Some of the greatest vocalists and guitar players that ever lived on Earth with
musicianship on display.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You think about every one of those bands are some of the greatest guitar players that ever lived. And musicians. Musicians that ever lived, including the vocalists. So there you have it. Not a horrible lineup.
Fantastic.
That's a damn good stage you have there, Brian.
Dean, what do you got?
Okay.
Gen X stage.
I am going back and forth because it honestly, I don't know if I can beat you guys. You guys You guys have a really good. Both you guys are really good stages. Nick,
Why
Why don't you bring them
Yankovic?
hands over here and try?
Number one, Weird Al Yankovic.
I'm not gonna lie. He was almost on my list.
He's
Not
like at a
gonna lie.
sub-stage. Like a
Right.
smaller stage.
Yeah.
He's
Right?
out there with the comedians and stuff.
I was gonna
No.
say he's the band that plays at the comedian tent. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I have gone back and forth. I didn't mention it, but like my one idea was like that we didn't have the same artist, right? Because
Mhm.
we're all in the same venue.
Yep.
But and the only thing that did overlap is as Brian took my headliner. So give me a
Okay.
second. I'm gonna move this guy to here.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay. I was
And
gonna try to
I
guess
am-
who it was. I think I know who it is. but I
No,
don't
go
know.
ahead. Who
Was your headliner
what-
Prince?
No.
Beatles.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, that makes
It
sense.
was the
yeah,
Beatles.
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I am going. Okay, so I'm going to move here. Okay, all right. So I am going to start. Mine's going to be a little more mellow, right?
Mhm.
That's a little more my taste. But I'm going to start with somebody that you two wouldn't even, in a million years, guess that I would even put on my stage, let alone my opener, because he's going to get the crowd really feeling it. He's got different vocals
Snoop
from
Doggy Dog.
not that
Snoop.
far away.
No.
Gordon
All right.
Lightfoot.
The other one. Gordon
Damn
Lightfoot.
it! Now I have. Hold on. Let me rewrite this. Nope. I am starting out my stage with Post Malone.
Oh, okay, nice. That's a good one.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
a good song.
very
He's
good.
got a lot of different vocal ranges,
Yep.
a lot of different genres built in how his performances.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get everybody in going with Post Malone. And my number 2 is you guys probably don't. You probably heard of them, and I probably talked about them. But one of my favorite bands ever is Blue October.
Okay. Yeah. I know them, yeah.
They're mellow, but I love the sound. They're one of my fans. So that's kind of a homer deal on my part. Is
Mhm.
number 2, Blue October.
Hey, yo, man, who are these guys?
Right. Exactly. But when you hear them, it's one of those bands that like you don't know, but when you hear them, you're like, oh shit, let me Google this shit. And,
They're unmistakable. His voice is very unique. No one sounds
Yes,
like him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they're very good. All right. So number 3, I had fun with this because I wanted to put. I knew that neither of you two would have any country music on there, but then I thought to myself, what country music would work with the list that I have here? Well, she works with any genre of music because she is the fucking queen of entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, Dolly Parton.
There you
I
go.
like it. I like
Yeah.
it.
At
very
number
good.
3.
Nice.
She has like a rock album or something coming out,
Yes.
a metal
Yeah,
album.
look at the
A metal
lineup of that thing. When you
Right.
seriously look at it, it's pretty amazing.
Exactly. She
Yeah.
she is the epitome of entertainment, and she's a goddamn saint.
Mhm. Should be
So
passing free books out to kids everywhere. She'd be like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's the reason we fucking got over COVID.
Mhm.
So number 3, Dolly Parton. Number 4, this is where I had to change it up. It got switched over, but I'm gonna go with somebody that wasn't originally until the Beatles got bumped. I'm going number 4. He sings one of their songs, and it's one of his biggest hits, and it fits with the jamming situation that I have. Ladies and gentlemen, number 4 is Joe Cocker.
Oh
Mm.
wow, man.
That fucking voice, and I mean, he did the original festival. I mean, how do you not like get into like that, just that soulful growl that he has? So he's gonna like have like the whole, it's kind of like the let me down before you go up for the final. Love his
Nice.
voice, love his tones. And
Somewhere
then
he,
5.
my father, is smiling right now after you said that. That's for
There
sure.
you go.
He loved Joe Cocker. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 5, my main event, my headliner. It's a travesty. He's not in the Hall of Fame yet, but he will be. Jack White.
Oh yeah, there you go. Okay.
Jack
Now,
White.
this is Jack White solo or the White Stripes?
Jack White. And,
Jack White,
and there's
okay.
a reason because the reason is Jack White. Because like everybody I've seen, from Jack White to Dolly Parton to Blue October, Post Malone, Joe Cocker, in my head, after Jack White's done doing his set, all of them come back and join them for a fucking jam session.
Love it.
Mhm.
Picture all of those artists coming out on one side and just fucking jamming out for another hour.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Ooh, I like
love
that.
it.
Yeah.
The whole crowd's high at that point. They're
Call
high
it Dean
at that
Gumbo.
point.
It's Gumbo.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that is my stage.
Fantastic. Love it.
I like it.
All right. So one last time, you don't have to explain it anymore. Just name your 5. Nick, go ahead.
Yep. So we're starting with Lady Gaga, followed by Pearl Jam, Kanye West after them, Kiss, and then finally the headliner, Michael Jackson.
That's
Very good. I got Queen, Black Sabbath, Prince, the Beatles, and Led Zeppelin. And I'm going to steal Dean's idea for the finale, Stairway to Heaven. They all come out on the stage.
Dude, that would
And
be awesome.
all the guitar players do a piece of
And play the
solo.
same thing at the same time.
Yeah.
That's in heaven.
That's
That'll
awesome.
be in heaven if there's a heaven for sure.
Yep.
What do you got, Dean?
Actually, a lot of my artists, as I'm looking at them, have collaborated, I believe, except for like with
There you
Kiss,
go.
other than Kiss. I think everybody's got something that they've crossed over with one another at some point. But yeah.
All right.
Dean?
And Dean,
So-
sorry.
My list is Post Malone, Blue October, Dolly Parton, Joe Cocker, and Jack White. And at the end, they all come out for a goddamn jam session.
And Weird Al
Fan-fucking-tastic.
joins the jam session on the accordion.
Actually,
God damn it.
I actually held that back because Weird Al will join the jam session on all 3 stages of your guys'
Oh,
too.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay, I like.
Sure.
Yeah,
With
everybody
the
just gets Weird Al.
accordion.
Yep.
Sure.
Oh, and except for Nick's stage, Weird Al does a duet with Michael Jackson, and they do "Eat It." Thank you.
Oh,
Oh
see?
yeah, absolutely.
See, look
There you
at
go.
that.
Oh my God! Come on,
Chef's
now.
kiss. Wow.
Come on.
Very good.
So ultimately, Weird Al is the MVP of all of our stages.
Welcome to Weird Al Palooza.
Welcome
He's
to
not.
Weird Al,
He's not the
everybody.
main act at any stage, but he somehow is in every performance.
Yep,
That's right.
I love it. Yeah, that's worth good money.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you
I
want
mean,
to see
could you honestly
all the artists do "Stairway to Heaven" and all that stuff, or you want to see Weird Al sing "Eat It" with Michael Jackson?
I would go to the Eat It stage, honestly.
Like, how often are you gonna see that?
You never
Like,
get to
I've
see
seen a lot of guitarists play with each other, but like Michael and Weird Al together.
that. I mean, how many guitar players can lean back to back and just do this to each other? But it's Weird Al and Michael Jackson.
It's a
They
fucking
move
accordion. Come on,
together.
Right.
Yeah,
Come
right.
God damn it!
He's moonwalking. He's playing the accordion.
Man, come on.
Lady Gaga off to the side, fucking
Wearing a meat dress.
Yeah,
treating her bottom half like it's a fucking like she's a DJ.
Yep. Dang. Oh well.
Yeah.
Idiot Palooza is going
I
to
wish
be the
this was a real
greatest.
thing. Yeah.
I
yeah.
know, right?
Someday.
Forget
Right.
Firefest. This is the best thing that never happened. This is the greatest music festival that never happened. Shit.
Idiot Palooza is the greatest film music festival. Heaven or here or hell or
Sure.
wherever you want to see it.
Yep. Yep. Woodstock's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
Compared.
Fuck Woodstock.
Yep. Mhm.
Joke. It's a fucking joke.
Lollapalooza can suck on my titty meat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to work it in. Take another drink out there.
You know I did.
Yep.
You know I did.
Yep. You heard Jingle All the Way, and you also heard Titty Meat. So
That's right. Drink up, bitches.
Drink up.
Actually,
Very
you
good.
get 4 drinks because I got Brian to say titty meat. So
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah.
you
Let's
get to take
finish
a
it off.
shot.
Finish it off. Yep. All right, good episode, guys. We've covered UFOs, music,
Creed
Jingle
Cruise.
All the Way. I mean,
Mhm.
it's crazy. Creed Cruise.
Yeah, I've done it all.
Yeah.
You guys get your tickets yet?
Still weird that we mentioned Creed Cruise, but all right.
It's weird. Dude, we're a pop culture podcast.
That's
I
right.
know.
Why wouldn't
So I'm
Creed
gonna
Cruise
stick by
be a
my
part of it?
statement.
Yep. I love it.
Popular culture.
D Creed Cruise. I like it.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Nick,
Yeah,
we've made it.
that's right. We have made it.
150 episodes.
150 fucking episodes. And
That's
here
right,
we are.
halfway to 300. Yep.
That's right. At the
You
end
guys
of
are
yet
so
another
goddamn
one.
lucky.
We really are to have each other.
Someday we'll figure that out. Yep.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like to do this with me. I mean,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right. That's true.
people
Yeah.
are like so jealous. I talk to a
Right.
lot of them. Like I talked to my
Mhm.
mom, and, and that's what she said.
No, you didn't.
I didn't talk to my mom. I haven't talked to her in a long time.
She won't answer my calls.
She won't. Nick, how's she doing? She all right?
She's good. She's good. I
Oh,
actually
good.
did see her today. Yeah, she's good.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, episode
Oh,
150.
wait. I'm sorry, real quick. How's your mom?
My mom's good.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's been a while. I think she was wondering like why she hasn't been getting as much attention on
I know,
the show.
right?
So yeah, she
She's
started
like,
getting.
this is
she
some
may-
bullshit. It's
She
been
may
like
have
4
stopped
weeks.
listening. Yeah,
I
right.
know.
Yeah. So she might
Yeah,
never
man.
hear that.
Jen,
We're to plan to see the movie with your mom. In all seriousness, not even a joke.
Jen, baby girl, come back.
Baby girl.
Come on.
Baby,
I got
come back.
I got you.
You can blame it all on me.
Oh, we're going to the concert with your mom pretty soon, Nick. That'll
We
be
are.
fun.
We're going to see Kiss, featured
Yeah,
at
that's right.
Nickelpalooza, Lollapalooza,
That's right.
Idiotpalooza. Yeah, my
That's
mom's
right.
going with us to Kiss. That's right.
Yeah, that's coming up.
So
And when we're done
Yeah.
with this, I'm going to go kiss her. So that
There you
works
go.
out very well.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there
Look
you
at
go.
that.
There you go. There you go.
I'm going to start on her wrist, Nick.
Okay, I'm going to close this out. Episode 150 of
Close it
Convincing
out.
Idiots was a good one. We thank you
Mhm.
for joining us for any of the past episodes. If you joined us at all before, or if this is your very first time, we welcome you to explore 150 more with us. We'll see. So, if you have not already done so, find us on all your favorite social media accounts. We have a link tree. Just go to Google, type in Convincing Idiots link tree, LINKTREE. Find all of our social media accounts. Like, subscribe, rate, review, follow, all that fun stuff, and it really helps us out, so we appreciate it. Also, feel free to visit our website. That's convincingidiots.wordpress.com. So, for this episode of Convincing Idiots, for the 150th time, I am your millennial, Nick.
I am Jen's boo with Zennial Bean.
I am Creed Cruising, Gen X Brian.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Ooh.
Have we convinced you to set sail with us on a Creed cruise in the future, or perhaps come find us backstage at the next Idiot Palooza?
Idiot Cruise coming your way.
Ooh. Hey, did you like that video? You know you did, and we know you did. So stop screwing around and go like that video, subscribe to our channel, and join us for some more.